What's going on, everybody? Alex here, Nickens Lawn and Landscape. In today's video, we're going to be cleaning a couple dump beds and we're going to be painting a dump bed. We're also going to give you some updates on our truck and try to give you some tips along the way. Now, in some cases, you're able to just clean it up and maybe touch up a little bit of paint here and there. And in some cases, you just got to get it painted. So for us, on the one that we're going to be painting, we wire wheeled the whole thing, got all the loose rust off, got everything off that we could. And when we're power washing it here, we're using a 0-degree tip. So it is taking everything off this bed, and when we were ready for paint, we were basically down to bare metal. Alright guys, so Nick and I are taking turns power washing this thing. I'm taking a little break, he's power washing. I'm eating some St. Louis Bread Co. bread. And I'm going to show you guys what we're going to use to paint this thing. So we went to our local Tractor Supply, picked up this tractor, truck, and implement paint here. It's a roll-on type. That's the way we're going to do it, at least. I got some little rollers somewhere around here. I got the little rollers because we'll be able to get up in the little cracks and all that good stuff easier. Right here, I think they're 3-inch or something. What does it say? It said the size somewhere. Maybe it was at the store. Oh no, right there. If it can focus. It says 3-inch by 3/8. So, got those there, got our tray. Got a brush here. Used one, but it'll work. So we got that. And we got this gallon of paint. Now, I've never done a bed like this. I've done snow plows this way. I've done mower decks this way. Done trailers this way. I've done a few things this way. Have not done a bed. Like I said, dump bed is kind of one of those things where you know it's going to get tore up, but at the same time we like our stuff to look decent, so we are going to get this thing painted up and looking good, but I know it's going to get scratched up, and that's why I didn't want to pay the anywhere between $3,000 and $4,000 to get it professionally sandblasted and painted, all that good stuff. It's just not cheap. I know there's going to be people that are going to comment on here, say they can do it for a lot cheaper. I have a sandblaster too. I'm sure I could go take my time and get every nook and cranny, but this is what we're gonna do for now. We did spend some time with the wire wheel, sander, a scraper to get the big stuff. We spent some time, got it cleaned up. We're gonna power wash all the gunk and junk off of here, get around where all the grease zerks are. We're gonna get all that stuff blasted out of there, get the best coat of paint on here that we can, but it'll be looking good and ready to hit the streets. And after you get it all washed off, you got to finish any last welds, any repairs you need to do before you go into paint. So we got a jump start on it, and just as expected, it is looking excellent. I'm very, very happy with how it's looking. That's where we're at so far. We got that side done, most of it, missed a few spots. And I'm working up that pillar over there, and then I'm starting across the top, and I'm gonna hit that whole headache crack. So far so good. I got the tailgate done too. Same thing, most of it, I missed a few spots, but this is the first coat. And again, that's our paint. And it's all in. Rolling it on, just like your walls. So far so good. What a difference a couple minutes can make. Still got to go through and even it out a little bit, but wow. Makes it look like a new bed. All right, it's late, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, but we got her painted, at least the first coat. I'll show you what we got. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. So I'm gonna let it dry overnight and we will check back tomorrow and see how it is looking. All right guys, so here we are about 2 days later, a little bit less than 48 hours later, and it's all dry. I still gotta go around and touch up the nooks and crannies with the brush, but I think it turned out excellent. If you follow us on Instagram, you have already seen this thing, but here it is. I think it turned out really good. It's very smooth, clean looking from all angles. Of course, you can still see the spots where there was rust. I mean, you're still gonna be able to see that stuff, but from a distance, it looks really good. It just looks much cleaner. There's a couple spots on the frame that I'm gonna touch up too once we get it outside and everything, but for what it is and for the amount of time and effort that it took, it's a night and day difference. And some of you guys probably don't need to paint your bed. I got some other methods. I'll go ahead and show you real quick here what I did to some of my other trucks. So my other two trucks, if you follow us, you know they're white dump beds, which are very hard to keep clean, but when they're clean, they look really, really good. I'm gonna step out here. This is the stuff, real quick, I'll show you. This is what I have used to keep my dump beds clean. It's a kitchen product. This is what you're supposed to use to clean your kitchen and your bathroom. I think it says like tile on here. Shower, tub, tile, and bathroom cleaner is what it says on the bottle. But I use that, and then I'll use like one of these. These are the tough ones, Scotch-Brite Heavy Duty. I don't like using these on the beds, anything with paint. I don't really like using these. If you're gonna do like a frame or something, this works really good. But the lighter duty ones, so just get I think they're called like, this isn't gonna focus on here. It says heavy duty pad, and the other ones on there, I think they say like non-scratch or something like that. They're blue, at least they are for where I get them. I got this stuff at Dollar General, but those blue pads, that kaboom, and you can really get your beds cleaned up. It's good for trailers too, old skid steers, anything like that. I definitely wouldn't do it on your truck. But anything like I said, an old trailer or a dump bed, an old toolbox, stuff like that, I wouldn't use it on something that is painted and clear coated, but on a powder coat, something, I think it would be fine. So you go back in some of my other videos, you'll be able to look at this bed and just see how there was rust spots, and the rust was starting to run down in certain spots, and it just looked like hell, to be honest with you. That's what it looked like. But I took those pads and that kaboom, and I just sprayed the kaboom on it, and I would let it sit there. Even the headache rack up there was the same way. There was just rust running down, and anywhere there was a little nick, all this stuff, all these spots had rust running down, running out of them, and just built, you know, rust starting to build up around it. There was brown spots on it. So I took that kaboom and one of those Scotch-Brite pads, and it looks like a new truck. I did it to this one over here too. Now if you have a black bed, it's not gonna make as big of a difference, but if you got a light colored bed and you go through and do this, and if you haven't done a thorough cleaning on it in a while, you're gonna be like me and kind of blown away. I did this one too. This one I didn't do as good, and I missed a couple spots, and this bed was way worse too, but this whole side of this truck was brown. It looked terrible. And at least now it's white again, and I can go through there with some spray paint, touch that up, and get it looking really good. But that's pretty much what you can expect from that stuff. I'll see if I can find a before picture on what this truck looked like, because it still doesn't look good, but it was, like I said, the whole side of this thing was brown. It just looked terrible. It looked unmaintained, and I had tried to wash it a bunch of times, Tried to clean them up and didn't find anything that worked as good as this Kaboom and the Scotch-Brite pad. I tried brushes and all kinds of stuff, and I was almost at the point of taking a wire wheel to it and doing what I did to this other bed, but I'm glad I didn't do that. I'm glad I kept looking, and like I said, this Kaboom, from everything that I've used on any of this kind of material, it by far the best. I'm sure there's better stuff out there, but I just haven't found it yet. But for me, for what I was doing, this Kaboom and the Scotch-Brite pad is the way to go if you're just cleaning up. And if you're repainting, you can do exactly what I did and you'll be in good shape. So like I said, I still got to go around, get the nooks and the crannies with a brush. I've got that sitting right here, ready to go. I got my decals sitting here, ready to go. So all I've got to do, all my rear lights are in here. My backup lights, regular lights, my trailer plug, all new marker lights for the bed. So and I got a big box here that I can't wait to open up. That's all the real lights. All right. This is what we're working with. We got the hook up on some t-shirts, which is pretty cool. Route 1 Industries. Up near Chicago, Indiana border, right in that area. And we got a ton of stuff in here. Lights, 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 and a lot more lights. And all this stuff's gonna be going on this truck here. These are the, yeah, I want to open this one up actually. I'm excited about these. These are going to be cool. I'm going to probably put these on all my trucks. I was talking to a guy the other day, and he said that he knows a guy that got hit while his truck was parked on the side of the road, and the only thing that saved him from it being his fault was that he had a beacon on top of his truck, a flashing beacon that he always kept on. So these are surface mount. Try to get a good view there. They're surface mount. And then they've got little holes here, just 2 little holes on the side. So these are gonna go somewhere back in this grill. I'm gonna have to make some kind of support somewhere in there, but I'm gonna put probably 2 or 4 up here, like that. Maybe like one there, and then 1 down here. Do the same thing on the other side. And I'm also gonna put them on the back. I gotta be careful where I put them back here though, because these rear ends of these trucks get pretty tore up just from everything that we do with them. But I'm thinking about something over here, some way to keep it kind of out of the main part of it. Like if we put it down here, it's just gonna get destroyed. So, and of course if we put it down there, all that stuff, all this down here just gets beat. I mean, that stuff just takes a rough time. All those lights right in there, I know we'll be replacing all those at some point. So I don't want to put it down there somewhere. It's got to go up here, and I don't know if there's enough room over here or not, if I can squeeze it in there. I don't know, maybe like right there or something, but there's already a marker light right here, which is fine. This isn't a marker light, so I'm not sure yet. We'll play with that whenever the time comes, but there's gonna be some back there, and there's gonna be some in the front, and this truck will be my guinea pig. If it works out, then I'll be definitely installing these on all my trucks. And these, you can buy these as cheapos from like Amazon or whatever, but these are not cheapos. This thing's pretty heavy, I'm not gonna lie. You can just tell by holding it how well built it is. It's not a throwaway. And this front, like the seal on all this stuff, I mean, it's all seamless. This thing's built to last, so I am excited to get these wired up. Looks very easy to wire up. So I'll get these hooked up soon. That's part of finishing this truck. I got a few things left to do, but definitely got to get these lights in there. But so we got some of those. What else we got? We got a ton of stuff in here. I'm gonna set this camera down. All right, so these will also go out back. These are going to be operated just through a switch. And this will be our leaf removal and snow removal, or I guess salting I should say. We put lights right on the back of our dump trucks. If you've been following us, you know we have this on our other trucks. But we'll mount these somewhere along the frame under the bed to where they shine out back. So whenever we're throwing salt, we can see exactly what's coming out and make sure that it's coming out the right way. And whenever we're doing leaf removal, when we vacuum up our leaves, we're right behind the truck. So we need light back there, and sometimes we end up having to suck up our piles after the sun goes down. So you guys that do leaf removal, you know how that is, especially you don't always know what you're getting whenever you get into leaves. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer than you planned and you end up working in the dark. But again, these are very, very heavy built. You can just feel, I mean, this isn't a plastic case right here. This is a cast. Excited about these. This is gonna be sweet. This truck is gonna be pimped out. And then this comes with all the brackets that you need to get her mounted up. So hopefully this stuff's going on this week. Bunch more strobes and lights, and I'll go into more detail and all that whenever we get to getting this truck put together. But this is another one that I'm excited about. I have this light, but I don't have the permanent one. So this one goes up top. So this is like your snowplow light, and like I said, this is what saved that guy from that accident being his fault, was having a strobe on top of his truck. He had just a little beacon, but it worked out just the same. But this will get mounted on there, and I'm probably gonna mount this on the toolbox up there, that or the top of the dump bed. But I'll screw 4 holes in it, set that in there, and then run it into the cab to a switch, and then I'll have this on my truck at all times, not just in the winter. The other one that I have, like I said, it's pretty much this exact same thing, but it is on a magnet. It's not on, it's not permanently mounted. So that one I don't keep on at all times. I probably should, but I'm excited to get this on there and to have it at all times. It's gonna be nice. And again, just like the other stuff, this isn't your dinky Amazon strobe light. This is a well-built light that is going to be perfect for all seasons. You can see all the lights that it's got in there, and of course that's all LED. This thing gets bright, and there's a lot of different settings on here too, so it's fun to play with that. Alright guys, so that's pretty much all we got for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope I was able to pass along a little bit of information. If you need to paint your dump bed, or if you're wanting to clean one of yours, you don't think it's quite to where it needs to be painted. Honestly, if you don't have to paint it, don't. If it's too far gone, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you don't have to paint it, clean it very, very well and just touch it up. You'll be happy you did. It's a lot easier. And if you can keep the original powder coat that these beds get done with on there, you're gonna be a lot better off. Once you have to start sanding that off, which most of this stayed on really, except the bad rust spots. But once you start messing with that, it's just kind of downhill from there. But like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do. If your bed's roached, then you got to get her painted. But if you can save that powder coat, keep it clean, and just touch up spots here and there with a can of spray paint, you're going to be better off. And I'm super excited about these lights. It's going to be fun to get this thing lit up. It is going to be not able to be missed, let's put it that way. There's going to be a lot of lights on this thing, but it's what we need. It's what we need to be safe, and it's what we need to be smart. When you're out there doing this kind of work, I mean, things happen, and you don't want something stupid to happen over a visibility issue. So, and especially with the snow removal stuff, the way you have to drive around and the conditions that you're driving around in, you need all the lights you can get. So that's exactly what we're gonna do on this big dog, and it's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm excited. Hopefully within the next week, we will get her wrapped up and looking good. I got a few things that I wanna do, but nothing major. I think we are pretty much downhill, and I am so excited about that. This project has been, it's been a long one. It's been months. I don't know exactly how long it's been. I think we bought this truck like in February or something, and it's almost the end of August. But who cares? It's done. It was fun, and I was not in a super, I keep showing it, but I just love looking at it. But I was not in a hurry whenever we were building this, so it was fun to me to just get her done slowly but surely and just make sure that we did everything right, make sure we didn't skip any steps, and I think we're there. I really think we're there. It's pretty sweet. Glad to see it. Yeah, I just like looking at it, really, to be honest with you. It was a fun project. For those of you guys that haven't been following along with us, I'll leave a clip right here or a picture of what this thing looked like whenever we bought it. What's going on, everybody? Alex here, Nickens Lawn and Landscape. Today's the day. We are starting the bus. If you don't follow us, we bought a Chevy 4500 transit bus that we're turning into a dump truck. Let's check this thing out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got for this one. Hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. If you got any tips on this truck, any ideas, anything that you think would look cool, anything you think doesn't look cool, whatever, if you got any positive reinforcement or any positive information on this that would help out, please leave that down in the comments. I would appreciate that. And if you're not subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, guys, that's all we got for this one. I'll see you in the next one.